Well, what do we have here? Here we have the Poco X3 Pro with easy access to the Google apps you use most. Before you ask me where is the Mi 11X or the Poco F3, to be very honest, I am waiting for the screen tint issues to be fixed and nothing on the back. And before you ask me why is that is because this is the global version of the Poco X3 Pro in frost blue, and this was a gift to me. Next thing, let us open the packaging using the SIM ejector tool which I have. I do not do many unboxings on this channel, so unfortunately I do not have the unboxing knife. Anyways, here it is, Poco X3 Pro in the building. Let us take off the top of the box, and here it is. Welcome to the Poco family, and this is a letter to me from the head of Poco Global. Keep that on the side. Here it is, the phone. You do have another small box, SIM ejector tool in the building, some Poco stickers, everything you need, nothing you don't, and of course, please make sure you recycle. Then user guide, all those things, we don't read that. We also have a Tpu case. Does look pretty decent quality. It does have a frosted color, and you also have a little bit of texture on the inside. Let us keep that on the side as well. Here it is, Poco X3 Pro, another panel on the inside. And what do we have here? We have our cable type A to type C, pretty cool accent color in there. And we also have a charging brick. As you can see, this is the European charging brick, and we can also have a look at the specs in case they mention. Let me fix the exposure a little bit over here, and there it is. You can see 33 watt in the building, made in China, and the Mi logo. Oh, Mi logo? I thought you peeps were independent. Why do you have a Mi logo over here? Poco, stop fooling people. Next up, here is the phone, Snapdragon 860, 120Hz, 6.67 FHD, IPS panel, Gorilla Glass 6 on the front, plastic on the back, UFS 3.1, and of course, since this is the European model, you do have NFC and 5160 mAh battery. Let us take off the covers. And you can also try to turn on this guy. There it is. Let us wait for the device to turn on. MIUI 12, yours alone. Let me skip the initial setup real quick. Now, while I'm doing the initial setup, a pro tip, I generally turn all the options off initially, so everything has been turned off except, and now I should get fingerprint. I do not set up anything right now. Here are the additional settings, and this is where you need to be smart. So location, I turn it off because you can always enable it later on. Diagnostics, I don't want to share any data with Poco or Xiaomi. Personalized ads, yes, turn this off if you do not want any advertisements. And very important, you will see generally you have the OK button over here, which is how they trick you, right? So tap on, turn off, and of course turn this glance for me also off, because otherwise you get full screen ads on your lock screen. So no thanks, not interested in your BS. Same applies for the user experience program, and tap on next. Setup is complete. We are ready to rock and roll. Here it is, MIUI in the building. Let us lock the device and have a look at the back. So here it is. This is how the back looks like. It is blue color, and you can already see my fingerprint smudges on there. Been like what, 35 seconds me handling the device. Over here you do have the volume rocker. So this here is the volume rocker, and this here is your power button and the fingerprint scanner. On the bottom you do have the speaker grill. Let me fix the exposure one more time. here it is. This should be better. So your speaker grill, mic, Type-C 2.0, the ever so rare headphone jack, nothing on this side. Sorry, yes, you do have your slot for the sims over here, and we can check out this guy as well. So looks like I would need a special sim ejector tool. So let me find the tool which they gave me. So here's the tool which they provided, and out comes the SIM tray slot. Let me try to pop it out. Here it is, and dual SIM, but you do not have a dedicated slot for your microSD, so that is shared. You do have some rubber gasket over here to prevent water from going in case you do have an incident with your device. On the top you have the noise cancelling mic, another mic, and the infrared port as well. All these things are over here. On the back, quad camera setup over here. So you do have a 48 megapixel camera. Now this here is the Sony IMX582, which is a rebranded Sony IMX586. How are they different? Well, the 582 on the Poco X3 Pro does not do 4K 60 FPS. Yes, in 2021 you have a device which does not do 4K 60 FPS, which is a bummer. Then you have an 8 megapixel wide angle and two more 2 megapixel sensors which are actually of no use. You do have the LED flash as well, and you have some text over here, designed by Poco 48 megapixel AI super camera. And again, you can see the fingerprint smudges on here. Let us see if the phone wobbles on the table. Yes, there is some wobble. Why? Because have a look at this camera module. It is pretty big and protrudes out a lot. The phone is a bit on the heavier side at 215 grams. Of course, on the front, Gorilla Glass 6 plastic back, which does sound a bit hollow, so we'll have to do the test wherein the back is vibrating when you're playing music or something like that. Let us now have a look at the display. So IPS panel, 120 Hz in the building with 240 touch sampling rate, and if you go into about phone, MIUI version is 12.0.2.0, the Android version is 11. Out of the box 17.2 GB is used, so I haven't installed anything on this device right now, and 17.2 GB has been used up. Now next thing, I do see some shade over here in the recording, but in real life there is nothing like that. Everything is pretty smooth. Then this device is the 6 GB RAM variant. Now do note that it is using LPDDR4X RAM and storage is UFS 3.1 on this guy. The camera on the front is a 20 megapixel camera. Security patch is from February 2021. Let us also go into the display settings and have a look at the refresh rate. So out of the box, refresh rate is set at 60. Of course, we bought the phone for 120, so we are going to change this guy to 120 Hertz. Let us have a look at the animations, but before that, let me switch over to the gestures. So full screen gestures, do not want to learn them, and here it is. Animations do look a bit fast, but they are not janky or anything like that. Other than that, on this one you do have NFC because this is the European model. In terms of the battery, so battery, you have a 5160 milliamp hour battery, 33 watt fast charging, and they say that it's going to charge to 100% in 59 minutes. We are of course going to test that out later on, but all in all, a pretty decent device so far. It is a bit on the thicker side, and here is your front camera. Of course, the proximity sensor is the thing which was blinking, and before you ask me why it was blinking, well, that's how it is. That is how it has been on the Poco F1 as well. You cannot see it with the naked eye, but when you bring your recording equipment close by, you can see it blinking. Now, those of you who are super concerned about this, because I do get a lot of comments that am I going to have battery drain because the proximity sensor is blinking? Well, my friends, the only person to answer that is Poco, and I think I do see a screen protector also installed. Let's check it out. Yes, there is a screen protector which is pre-installed out of the box, which I think is a good thing. Other than that, there is no OIS on the camera, you only have EIS. And before I forget, I do have Google Dialer, Google Messages out of the box. Those of you who are interested in what all applications are baked in out of the box, here are the different applications which are baked in. So I do have Netflix, Mi Store, Mi Remote. Other than that, the launcher which is present in this device is your pretty famous Poco launcher. And that I think will do it for the unboxing of the Poco X3 Pro. Any other questions you have, feel free to leave them in the comments, because I think I will do a video of initial impressions after, say, using this guy for 2 or 3 days, and then maybe a review after 14 or 15 days. So anything you people want me to look into, keep an eye out for, do let me know via comments below. And that will do it for this video. See you in the next one.